Hey guys, this is probably a huge jump scare seeing me like this, but I wanted to come on here before the episode plays and let you guys know that we had some technical difficulties this week with this episode. So unfortunately, our footage from this episode got corrupted on the disc that I had it stored on, and I have been trying all day today. This is Friday. All day yesterday and all day the day before to try to get it back. I've literally done everything. It's just gone forever. And it really sucks. But just wanted to let you guys know before we start playing the episode and you're like, what the hell is going on? I did compile some lovely stock video though of nature and animals. So that's what we'll be playing in this episode. There also is one portion that was saved, and that is the portion where we talk about Magic Mind, which is a product that we are recommending. It is like an energy shot. It helps with focus. It's awesome. We love Magic Mind. So when you get to that point in the video, you will see our faces. Lucky you. So go check that out. We have linked that in the description of this video if you guys want to check that out, and you will get 20% off using code Society97 at checkout. So love you guys. Sorry about this week. Next week we'll be back to the regularly scheduled program, and hope you love this episode and enjoy this lovely stock footage. Okay, bye.
You probably will not relate to this at all because you have like a unique name.
Okay.
But I was thinking about this the other day because I made a group message with you guys. Like I made this group message with like my friends who aren't necessarily friends with each other.
But we all know so much about each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I made this group message for no reason at all. Whatever. But I was thinking, like, all of y'all's names in my phones are like, not that all of you guys have super unique names, but you're the only names in my phone of that name. Like each one of you. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like I don't have like multiple like Monicas or multiple Madelines.
It was more
multiple.
like, okay, it's like I feel like Lexi would have been you could have a multiple.
I have another Lexi, but it's spelled differently. So when I type it in my phone, it doesn't pop up. But I was thinking how none of you guys like call me by the nicknames that like my family calls me. So like my family calls me Emmy.
I'm putting you in my phone right now to see if I have another Emily.
Or like M. But I feel like
I do. I have 4.
Exactly. But I feel like I hate that because I hate that I'm like just one of a million in your guys' lives.
In my phone, you're just Emily. Everyone else has last names.
Okay, but like for me, like you guys are like so unique because your parents like didn't pull most popular baby name in 1997, which it was. Look it up. It was Emily for girls. Not even kidding. I think it was 96, 97, and 98. Like 3 years running, we won that shit. But I was just thinking like, damn, like that sucks. Like you could accidentally send the wrong person messages all the time. And that's happened to me so many times. I get put in these group messages, like Madeline's family. I have been put in a group message with people that I don't know from her family so many times because her sister-in-law's name is Emily. Oh. And so they always put me in there on accident. And it's so funny because I'm like, this happens to me way more often than it should.
Yeah.
Where it's like other people in my life, like that never happens. Like because I don't have any other friends with your name.
Okay, actually, I'm not even joking. When I was younger, I had like this guy that I was talking to, like middle school into like high school. Like we're talking like, you know what I mean?
Was his name Chris?
It actually was.
Stop.
I'm so serious. I'm gonna say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad. I'm naked. Hold on.
We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
I
literally dated a guy named Chris, but I refused to call him Chris because I knew too many Chris's. So I called him Christopher. So I was so pick me about it, and I was like Christopher because I was like, I can't call you Chris because all of my friends named Chris. We call Chris. We don't call Christopher. So I'm like, I gotta do something different, or I'm gonna like it's gonna trip me out.
Right? No,
that's so funny.
Hilarious. Okay, so like at the end of like our relationship, whatever, he like texted some like weird thing to me, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, that was for somebody else." And I was like, "No, it actually wasn't."
No, it was so.
No, it wasn't because my name is so so different.
Right.
Like,
If your name was like
pick
Maddie or
Yeah.
like or what's
Katie.
even Katie, I don't really know any Katie. I
No,
feel like
but-
Katie's more millennial.
But like that's what I'm saying. There's more.
Yeah.
There's more. Like to put a K name to it, to be like
Yeah.
you put a K in or whatever.
Caitlin, I feel like is super common for our
Caitlin,
like
Katie,
Yeah.
like even Kayla with a K.
Kayla
like,
with a K.
You know what I mean? But come on, babe.
You did Kellen.
Yeah, come on now.
You had to go out of your way to type that shit in.
Come on. I actually talked to one of my customers the other day because he was like, he asked me what my name was. He was like there with his wife, and I was like, "Oh, my name's Kellen." And he was like,
My
"That's
name's
such-"
Jeff.
He was like, "That's such a
Sorry.
unique name. Like that's really cool." I was
Yeah.
like, "Thank you." And he was like,
Unique New
"Oh,
York.
my wife's name is like," and it was something random. Like it was,
Yeah.
it was a pretty name, but like it just wasn't like normal. And I was like, "So you feel my pain that I never got to get like the cool keychain at the gas station?"
Yeah.
And when Coke came out with the name on the can, my name was never on the can.
Really?
Like,
Because I
no.
feel like your name isn't like that crazy. Like my mom's name, super weird. Like there's not another human being on earth I've ever met with the same name as my
Yeah, but also when you do like my name isn't common enough
mom.
to be on stuff like that.
True,
Like,
true. They're like, is this worth the investment?
Yeah,
No.
like it's not. And then also when you do find anything that would be like kind of close or
Yeah.
like is my name, it's AN instead of EN.
Yeah.
So like it's not because like most males spell it AN.
Yeah.
But the craziest thing to me still is that wedding I just went to, there was another Kellen there,
Really?
and it was
the
KELLAN.
only other Kellen that I know was in my sorority, and she was like the vice president of my sorority. So like everybody knew her.
Yeah.
And she was like super cool and like just like
Just like me.
yeah, but like
I'm
no,
kidding.
I'm not even
Kidding.
kidding. Like very similar in the fact that she was like cool, but in like a nonchalant way. Like she wasn't like annoying
Okay.
and like out like all. She was not giving sorority vice president. Let me tell you that.
Got you.
She was cool, but she spelled it with an A.
Yeah, so most people spell it with an A, but it's
Which
just,
is weird because it's like, to me, it's like Ellen.
yeah,
And you would never spell Ellen with an A at the end.
yeah. I think that it's a little bit more common for younger kids now to have it because of Kellen Lutz and like
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he was a part of the Twilight series. He was one of the werewolves. Taylor.
Oh, okay.
It was not Taylor Lautner, but it was like the other one that was like tall. He was like white. He was kind of creepy looking.
Okay.
But he was in that movie.
Gotcha.
And like he like people loved him through that. But
so
he
it's
spells
like-
it AN.
Okay.
So I feel like
So it's more like Gen Alphas being born with that name.
yeah,
Or
and I feel like
young Gen
millennials would be taking that name to use for
Right.
their kid because they're like, oh, that's unique and different.
Yeah.
Because I've heard it more recently than I ever have my whole life.
Yeah.
And like the person that was at the wedding was like a young kid.
yeah.
So it kind of made sense.
And I've heard Emily less and less recent, and it's amazing.
Which is like, I like the fact that my name is unique and
Yeah.
it's different now that I'm older.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, it sucked.
Well, and also it's unique and not in a fucking annoying way. Like,
Yeah.
no offense, but like Tinsley or like all those names, I
Mm-hmm.
hate them. I hate names that sound like they're kid names.
Yeah.
I like
don't-
names that sound like you could be any age.
I was watching the Kardashians the other day and like Kim was talking about North. And I was like, I remember when she first like named North, like when she was first born and like announced it was like Northwest and everyone was like, what the literal fuck did you do? But now I'm like, when she was like talking, like she's like, oh yeah, me and North, whatever. And I was like, because she says it so nonchalantly. I'm like, that's
Right.
actually kind of cute.
It's like
But,
Stormy.
yeah, I hate it.
But also Stormy, like that was like a really popular name in like 1995.
Really?
Yeah, like I know so many girls. Like I think I have 4 people I know named Stormy who are like a couple years older than us.
I felt like that was the most off the wall shit.
Yeah, no, it's very like I feel like parents of like who had kids like between us.
There had to
and
be like
our-
a movie or a book that was
yeah,
out and
well,
that was like the
Stormy,
character's
what's her
name.
face? Wasn't she just like in a big lawsuit against Donald Trump?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking the wrong name?
I don't know because the only Stormy that like I've ever heard of was Kylie's kid.
I think there was like a model or something.
But like I
Or an
don't really love
actress.
like off the wall names, but then at the same time like if I ever have a kid, I don't want it to be like a basic name. Like I have kids names
I like
picked
old
out.
white people names. No, like not even trying to be like that, but I do. Like all the names I like are like British names.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a list of names on my phone of like baby names, and let's see. There's not that many because I really hate a lot of names. I have 4. and I have the nicknames written by them. But if I have a kid, the first kid's name will be Elliot regardless. I love that name for a boy and a girl.
Very cute for a girl.
Yes, but I'd love it for a boy because I love the nickname Elle for a boy. Like, I feel like that's just so
what would you
cool.
give the girl? I would call her Elle.
Or Ellie. Like, I feel like either of the two.
I feel like Elle is cute. It feels more posh.
Yeah, but I love that name. And then the other two, I have the third one I feel like I can't because my name's really similar, but it's like Rory. I love that name. It's so British.
I don't like it.
I know.
The only reason I do not like the name Rory, well, there's like Rory McIlroy, which is like my dad's favorite golfer.
Yeah.
But I went to school with this guy named Rory, and like he was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Not bad vibes because of that.
Yeah.
But just like he was like weird. He gave me like Ed Sheeran vibes.
Oh, see, well, it's so British. Like, it's such a British name.
Well, yeah. So it kind of makes sense. Like he had like red hair and was like he gave me Ed Sheeran vibes. So I feel like for me, it's just like
I just have like always loved that name. But then I also think like, what if they can't say their R's?
But my thing is like about the name, like I don't care what you name your kid. Right. And that's one thing I think it's like weird that when people get so like, ew, you should not name your kid that. Like if you told me your kid's name was Rory, I was like, not my favorite, but I love it.
But also it's like, yeah, it's not your kid, so who
right
cares?
So like why am I giving an opinion like that?
Right.
Who cares?
I also like the name Emery, but it's too close to Emily, I feel like, for it to be my kid.
We could do it Emery, or is it supposed to be spaced out like Emery?
Emory. Emery. I met this guy in an internship and his name was Emery, and like, or his name is, he's not dead. He's still
Is
kicking.
it supposed to be spaced out like that when you say it? Emery, or is it Emery?
Emery. Yeah,
so spaced out.
3. Yeah,
okay, got
Emery.
You.
But I guess you could do Emery and just take that O out in the middle.
Right, because then I feel like it wouldn't sound as close to your name.
Yeah, but I love that name for a boy.
That's cute.
And then my new...
Is that a color?
I don't know. Is it?
I think so.
Emery?
When it's not spaced out, I'm pretty sure that's a color.
Emory?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking this up.
Sorry if this is like triggering if these are one of your names and you're like, I keep hearing my name.
Wait, it's a university. That's why I thought it was.
Yeah, Emory. I think there's a couple universities called Emory. Or no, there's Emerson and Emory University. Emory's in Boston.
It is a color. It is a color.
Oh, but I love that color. Like a navy cobalt blue vibe.
Yeah, it's a color.
Cool.
I thought that's what yeah.
Cool. I like it even more now. But then the girl name recently that I really, really like, and this is going to be super... You either like it or you hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But Ramona, I'm like, and Romy as
like
a nickname is so fucking
Ramona,
cute.
That's cute.
Ramona as a girl is like, she's the coolest girl in school.
Ramona's
but like
giving
cool
me like,
and like,
yeah, cool girl vibes, but like,
yes, like mysterious.
She's also giving me like curly hair. I don't know why.
Yes,
I
like
think,
red, fiery
tight,
hair.
curly hair.
Oh my God.
That's what it's giving.
Such a cool name. And it's because like, do you know the, is Scott Pilgrim something? It's like an old Michael Cera movie that's like a comic. Okay, his like love interest in the movie's name is Ramona.
Got
and like
you.
they just made a Netflix show of like the animated series of it. And so I saw her name popping up more and more and I'm like, dude, I love that name.
That's
but
cute.
then I feel like people are going to Ramona and Beezus. And I'm like, fuck that movie. I don't even remember what it's about.
Nah,
But
that's cute.
the name, so cute.
I like it.
So yeah, if you want to name your kid Ramona, you're welcome for that. Because I feel like a lot of people are going to start getting pregnant. Because I feel like around the holidays you're fucking.
I feel like a lot of people are going to start getting pregnant. Yeah, because it's like you got to stay warm somehow.
Yeah, it's
you know?
cuddle season. It's getting big down season.
Mm-hmm.
It's stuffing season.
Ew, I didn't like that. Take it back.
It's stuffing season.
Take it back. I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
Oh my gosh. No, I honestly like for recently, like with the weather changing and just like, I feel like I've just had like the worst like brain fog. Like I'm like so bad recently. And yesterday, like, I don't know if it was because like, I'm pretty sure I'm about to start my period because I'm breaking out like crazy. So it's either I'm about to start my period or I need to go back to my dermo because like shit's popping up.
Could be a little bit of both.
Right.
Could be a little bit, you know.
I think it's also like I've just been having a lot of sugar because I haven't been able to taste really. So I'm just eating sugar.
That's true. And your whole thing was like, everything just tastes sweet. So why not just keep...
If you could see my back right now, it's giving Pizza Hut. Like,
really?
It's not good.
I've never had horrible back knee, but like when I do, that shit hurts.
Yes. And the number... oh my God, I'm stumbling. The number one cause of like back acne is overconsumption of sugar. Like it's like one of the tall tale signs, like you have too much sugar.
When I get like big pimples, that's when I know I've had too much sugar.
Like cystic style acne. But anyway, so I've had like the worst fucking like brain fog, and also I've been like, I don't know if I talked to you about this or I talked to my parents. No, I talked to the podcast about sleep paralysis. And like my therapist was like, you're having too much caffeine. And so it's like causing you to, you know, be overstimulated and whatever. So I'm trying to wean off caffeine, but that's also making me like not stay up and like get after it. Cause like you guys know I have ADHD. It's like my quirky little fun trait. As all the white girls love to say. But I tried this product the other day. It's called Magic Mind, and it's essentially like it kind of gives like wellness shot vibes, but it's like a little shot of like energy without like that overstimulant feel of like caffeine. Because y'all know I go hard for Mio Energy, but
Mio's that bitch.
It's gotten bad. Like I'm like doing too much of it, and it's like it's causing me like heart palpitations. I'm like, girl, you gotta calm down. Like you've probably consumed. It's like that supercharged lemonade from Panera.
Stop.
I'm like, you probably had like 700 milligrams of caffeine a day.
Stop it.
Reel it in.
I love Mio's that bitch though.
Yeah. So I've been trying this new product. It's called Magic Mind. It's like a little energy shot, and also bringing it back to the sugar. It only has 3 grams of sugar in it, which like, you never know with those like energy shots, you know. Sometimes they're like loaded in sugar because it's like whole ingredients, and like not that it's as bad, because if it comes from a fruit it's not as bad as like processed sugar, but still it's like nice when it doesn't have a lot. And like I am telling you, like it is low key like crazy the effects that it has on me. At first I was kind of skeptical because it was like, oh, you're gonna have like heightened focus and like this, like they promote this whole thing called like flow state, and it's like, you know, you're gonna get in this flow state of like, oh, I'm heightened in, I'm like, I'm working on my thing, and for me, somebody who takes Adderall, I'm like, okay, we'll
bullshit,
see.
Right,
we'll see. Low key, I was like, this is either placebo or this shit is like actually fire.
Really?
Because like, let me tell you, like I actually took it to my office yesterday, and I have an intern now. I'm like, I feel so cool because I have an intern. But she was there and my boss was there. And I was like, I need you guys to try this because I need you to let me know if I'm tripping or if like this is actually like doing what I feel like it's doing. And they both took it. Both of them like enjoyed the taste. It's like it's green. So it's like matcha with like the flavoring is like passion fruit. And I say flavoring, but it's like actual passion fruit juice. So it's not like artificial. But it's like tropical vibes, and they did it, and one of them was like, oh my god, this tastes so good compared to some energy shots that they've done, or like wellness shots where it's like so turmeric like, heavy and like,
is it chalky,
spicy? It's not bad. Like definitely shake it because it has matcha powder in it.
True.
So like,
so true.
If you get a clump of it, it probably will have that. But like if you shake it up, it's good. But they both did it, and we were like, this is so funny. There was like a 3-hour span where nobody talked because we were so just like,
really?
I'm not even kidding.
I feel like I need to try this. I feel like I need to try it, especially like when I'm editing for like the YouTube video. I feel like it would really zone me in because like I don't have ADHD. Like I don't actually have it.
Yeah.
But I definitely have.
But we
like,
all have a little bit,
especially when like I know that I have to sit down and focus. It gets really hard for me when I'm like,
yeah, because it's almost like reverse psychology to yourself of being like, I need to do this. So your brain's like, I can't.
I need to try that.
No, you do.
Where'd you get it?
So if you go, we actually have like a link for this right now. If you go to Magic Mike, I've done this literally all day. I've been talking about this thing and I keep calling it Magic Mike. Magic Mind. I wish it was Magic Mike. Okay, come on. magicmind.com/society97. It will take you to the link, and then we actually have like a promo code too for it for 20% off.
Damn.
Yeah, 20% off your purchase. And I think, you know, I don't want to false promise anybody here, but I think if your first subscription, because I think you can do it where it's like you rebuy it every
like
couple
monthly
of
type
months
of thing
or something. Yeah. I believe it's 56% off right now.
Oh shit.
But if it's not, don't come at me. Hey, but 20% off right now with that code. And like, honestly, I think we've said this a million times on here, but like, I wouldn't say something is good if I didn't believe it. And like,
No, true.
I think a lot of people say that, but like me and you are like at this point in our career with this where it's like, this isn't paying our bills. So like if we're saying something's good, like it's good.
Right.
Yeah, so check it out. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think.
No, I'm gonna start using it. I think for editing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like for work, like honestly, like on busy days, like I feel like it'd be good. I need to try it.
Yeah, you should try it. But I just thought I would plug that in here because we haven't done like a product recommendation in forever. And like this thing was like actually really good.
Damn.
Like I was shook by it. But let's see. What else did I want to talk about today? I wrote a couple things down because last week I was like, I had my giant list of things. Oh, now I'm just looking at my baby names. Oh, actually, this is, God, I guess it won't be super relevant for you guys because this is like, we're recording this before it's going to come out, but it's relevant to us. And we were just talking about it, how like Black Friday sales are not as, it's just not what it used to be.
No, okay,
like,
so
and let's not pretend like we're getting these awesome deals because I remember back in the day.
Oh my God, yeah.
You would wait in line, you know, for 8 hours for a literal like $5 plasma screen TV.
Oh yeah, people would fight to get in the store for it.
Yeah, like all my little babies out there who like didn't ever live through the times of true Black Friday. You guys might not believe it, but I tell you what, people would camp outside of a Best Buy for days. Like
oh my
up
God.
to a week.
For like the Xbox, like the newest Xbox, because it was like dropping and on sale or some bullshit.
And people would go to get hospitalized from the mob, like getting crushed by people running into these stores.
And also I think the craziest thing now is like Black Friday at the time was like legitimately on Friday. That was it. Like
No, it started at midnight.
No, like you got there Friday and it ended on Friday.
Right.
Like now it's a month long of deals and sales.
You got
and
Black
like,
Friday, you got Cyber Monday, you got like up until Christmas.
Well, like half the stores, like literally I went to H&M last night and they already had all their shit. Like members got an extra 30% off. Like
because it's not a good sale. And that's why like the Black Friday of, you know, Black Friday's past used to be you got 12 hours for this shit because after that the sale is over because the sales were so good.
No,
and
for
like
sure.
Companies would like work all year leading up to Black Friday because Black Friday was like such a huge ordeal.
Yeah.
It's just not how it used to be. But also it's because like shopping in person is not really that big of a thing anymore.
Okay, so I actually the other day I was a little high and I was don't know why I thought about this, but I was like looking up like the reasoning behind Black Friday. Like why do we have it? Like what's the purpose? Like there's why.
Yeah.
Like I was so like I didn't understand.
Yeah.
And basically like
you got deep with it.
I did because I was like what started this? Like no, not one store was like, "Oh, let me just have my shit 80% off." Like
I
back
feel like
in the day.
Like it's like something to do with like Sears.
No.
Like catalog ordering? Or no?
So literally the first like time it was used was applied to not post Thanksgiving holiday. It was applied to a financial crisis.
So they were just trying to stimulate the economy, like as
literally
best they could.
Like they were hoping to drive like the prices from like they were literally just hoping to like
get
sell
anybody to spend
literally,
money.
and it started like that, and then it
when?
Like 18 something.
Oh shit!
Yeah, 1869. We like to
what
hear
y'all know
it.
about 1869?
But like it started as that, and like there's like a whole evolution of it, which like to how it got to like being every single year and stuff like that. But like, and I think it started as something else also in Pennsylvania. It was like in Philadelphia. The real history behind Black Friday, however, is not as sunny as retailers
it
might
never
have
is.
believed.
I feel like it's somehow going to go back to racism.
Back in 1950s, police in the city of Philadelphia used the term to describe the chaos to ensue the day after Thanksgiving, basically because of like the hoarders and suburban shoppers and tourists flooding the streets.
Okay.
And also there's normally like the Army-Navy football game. A lot of shoplifting happened the day after, you know, because it became like a headache for law enforcement. Like,
interesting.
So it really became like a thing, I guess, the Friday after Thanksgiving because of that. But like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know why I thought about that the other day. I was like, we gotta like, why do we have this?
Yeah. And that's why you should do drugs, kids, because what I've always said is like the more drugs you do, the more knowledge you seek. Because at the end of the day, like,
I don't think I ever thought about that sober.
Right. No sober person would ever Google that. And now you know more than most about some niche.
So you didn't have to do the drugs because I did.
Yeah, but this is your sign to do drugs. And then you
don't fucking tell people that, Emily.
Hey, I'm the sober one over here. I you guys know I'm just playing. Also, I do bad on the weed.
I'm not.
So I just go into like a existential mode.
See, I'm not the sober one.
Yeah.
Of us. I don't really drink like that though. I really don't. Like, even like, it's so funny because like
you'll learn nothing from alcohol. I'll tell you that right now.
Honestly, and like I just like to smoke a little bit of weed, or like I have like a pen right now because it's like the easiest thing.
Things
but, like,
I would do to just be able to do that.
Like
I really
straight
wish
up
I
just
could.
like chill. Like last night, I'm not even gonna lie. I ordered some Domino's cinnamon breadsticks.
That's such a funny thing that you enjoy because I like
when I'm high, I love them.
I really think those are some of the worst fast food desserts I've ever had in my life.
No,
the icing tastes like water. It's gross.
You've never had them high?
Yeah, that's true.
That shit hits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've had them drunk.
I don't think that would hit because like when I'm drunk, I want something greasy.
Yeah,
but when I'm high, I like
they're pretty greasy.
Yeah, well, true, technically because of the butter.
Yeah.
But I like the sweet treat when I'm high. Like I love to have like a little like decadent treat when I'm high. Because I just feel like it's so much more fun. But when I'm drunk, I want something greasy, like hot
you want something that's
dogs
gonna like line your stomach.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe the difference.
Yeah.
But regardless, I smoked a little bit and I started decorating my house for Christmas. And then they came and I like watched a little movie, which like, okay, Christmas movie, whatever. Because did I really pay attention? Not at all.
What'd you watch?
I think I just threw Elf on.
Classic.
That or it was like, no, it wasn't Elf. Because I saw Elf was like put on there and I was like, oh, sick. I'm going to watch this later.
Yeah.
Fell asleep before I could watch it. But I put on this like a Hallmark movie. Because since I was.
Ew.
No, because this is why. Because I don't actually care about it.
Yeah.
And I was decorating for Christmas. So I was like, my focus was like decorating and that. And I didn't want to like focus on the movie. And I knew if I put something like that on, that or it was like Elf. Because like I've seen it so many times, it doesn't matter. But like if it was an actually good movie, I'd want to watch it.
Right. Fair enough.
So like that's why I did
it. So you
it.
put on like the ChatGPT video.
Yeah, I just mostly have like the vibe. I was just looking for the vibe.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for much.
Hallmark movies are quite literally insane.
Yeah, they're trash.
The writing on them is so crazy because it's like every cliche ever fit into like an hour and 20 minutes. I watched almost an entire Hallmark movie on TikTok one time because it was like part 1, part 75.
No, I love when like I watch shows like that and I get so trapped and I'm like, where
They're
is
always hospital shows too.
No, I normally find ones that are like either like wife swap or like shit to do with like kids. Like actually the one time I used to watch this one on there. Sorry.
How you like that, listeners?
I used to watch this one on there that was like this teenage couple, but it wasn't like Teen Mom or something like that.
Okay.
It was like the ripoff version from like TLC type beat, right? And like these two kids, they were British and he was just the fucking worst. And they were probably like 14 years old having a baby. And he was quite literally trash. Probably. They kind of,
giving British.
But like it was funny because I watched the whole thing on TikTok. But like memorable.
Yeah.
Because you watched it on TikTok.
Literally. And there's always something a bit distorted with the image so they don't get copyright claims. So they'll put like a weird filter in front of it. So it's like smoky.
And you love it.
And there's like some weird music in the background.
But you don't stop watching them.
No, I watched almost that entire movie, the Jennifer Lawrence movie that she did.
Oh, yeah.
I watched like 90% of that on TikTok and I was like, you know what? I should just watch this. And I put it on the other day. I was like, the TikTok version was better.
No,
because they chop out all the bullshit. Like they don't include like all the like filler
They
parts.
gave you what you needed.
Exactly. And they leave you on the edge of your seat every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fuck, I got to go to the next part.
Yeah.
Or it's like the part hasn't been posted yet. I'm like, come on, clip guy, like get that shit out. I'm waiting.
But he's filtering through the bullshit.
I know.
So I
doing the Lord's work, if you ask me.
Yeah. We love that. But for real, don't listen to Emily. Don't do drugs. Not like that. Like.
Or do drugs and then you realize how bad they are and then you don't do them anymore.
That's true. I just like it to chill, like by myself, like, which is also a problem because it's a vice, right?
Yeah.
But like, I do enjoy it sometimes just to like chill out. Like,
I was watching this thing the other day on YouTube, it was like a suggested video, and I like put it on. I don't remember who made it because I'd never heard of these people before, but it was like a weed today is like something something something, and like then it like they started talking about like this Cardi B article of like she talked about like why she doesn't smoke anymore because like specifically in California the weed is just like way too much. Like it's almost like dope, like in the fact of like you feel like you're like almost like too lethargic and too like
no,
you're
literally
like out of it.
No, it is like, I mean, and I don't like when I smoke too, I don't smoke to be like that either.
No.
So I take like a hit, maybe two,
Yeah.
just to like chill, laugh a little bit,
Yeah.
like whatever, go to sleep. Like I'm not trying to be like that.
Actually, fun fact about weed. I just know a lot about drugs because I do. But fun fact about weed is a lot of people take it to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you don't dream when you smoke weed. It's like the way it affects your brain. But actually, you get worse sleep on weed than like anything else because it doesn't allow your brain to enter REM for like the necessary amount of time for your brain to recover from the day that you've had.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day when you wake up and if you do it again, the effect keeps happening. So the biggest side effect from this is like memory loss or like bad memory because that part of your brain is getting so overworked and under replenished from sleep.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people who like are addicted to weed, I'm gonna say it's addictive. Like there's so many people who just like do it every day and I'm like, okay, well, stop. And they're like, I can't. Then it's like, okay, then it's addictive. But who have like these issues, like where they like have bad memory or like their retention is low or their reaction speed is dulled even when they're not high because it's like so damaging to your brain.
I will say like sometimes,
not to freak you out, but
no, I mean I'm not freaked out. It's not like I do it every day.
No, I'm talking more to like
but like
them.
Yeah, but like when you do, sometimes, like if I haven't smoked in a little bit and then I do, the next day I'm like groggy.
Yeah.
People who say that there's like no hangover with it, like there literally is because like you don't sleep it off. It's almost like taking NyQuil and not sleeping it off.
Right.
Like that's how it feels.
Yeah. And like the reason is because it's like by the time it's like out of your system, then your brain is able to actually rest, but you have to be like awake.
That's typically when I decide to smoke like real late and then I have to wake up early. Like that's when that should be happening.
Exactly, because you're like, damn, I fucked up.
Yeah. But like if I know I don't have to wake up the next day, like that's kind of when I do it now. Yeah. It's like, you know, whatever. But I mean, I wouldn't say.
I think the worst drug to do before you sleep is definitely
cocaine.
I was going to say ecstasy. But cocaine's pretty bad. You just won't sleep.
No, you won't. It's literally a stimulant.
Yeah. Ecstasy is also that same way, but if you are able
I feel
to
like shrooms too. Like you can't do shrooms and go to bed.
You can't do shrooms and go to bed because you will start seeing ancient Aztec font in your eyelids when you're trying to sleep. And that's what happened to me. The last time we did shrooms, I like really thought they were out of my system until I realized they were not. And I was trying to go to bed and it was like I looked like I was looking down on like crop fields when like aliens come through and like draw their designs on it because I was like, what the fuck, like on the back of my eyelids, and it kept moving. I was like, okay.
I took
like 4 Benadryls and then fell asleep.
I put the light in my room and I just stared at it and watched like a like I'm trying to make the sound of what my eyes saw.
Yeah,
like
my eyes were seeing this.
No,
I was like, oh my god.
I was just staring at it until I was like.
Yeah. No, I was so tired and I kept closing my eyes,
but
it was like
early, but like they are a stimulant. So like if you
did
them early enough, like you're not going to sleep.
It was bad. It was like, I was like, Jesus Christ, like they shouldn't still be in my system. And also I don't like the way food tastes or feels in my mouth when I'm on shrooms. So I think that didn't help either because like I wasn't eating anything to help like sop it up.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Because you can feel the extraness.
Oh my god, it's like the crunchiness. It's like I'm hearing it in my like ear canal. I'm like, I don't like it. Besides drugs, I wanted to talk about poop for a bit because so in my I was at work yesterday in the office and I'm like, in the way our office is set up, it's like there's a front area, a middle area, and then a back area that has like French doors for like a conference room. And I like went back there because there's a mini fridge back there in my I put a salad in there for lunch. So I went to go get it. And I'm walking out and I look down and there is like human-sized feces on the ground, like poop. And I was like, I walked out and my boss and my intern were sitting there. I go, there's poop back there on the floor. And they were like, what? And I was like, it's big too. Like, it's not like a small, like, poop. I'm like, what is that? And then my CEO was in the office. And I guess he had his dog there the other day, and it's like this giant golden doodle. And it took like, and he was like, oh, that's not even big compared to what he normally drops. And I was like, but it was like dried up, like human sized turd just like on the ground back there. And I was like, that's actually disgusting. But what they got me thinking of because of that, I don't know if I've told this story on here or if I've told you. I feel like I probably have because this was one of the wildest things that's ever happened. But if I haven't, this story is funny. And if I have, just pretend like I haven't and don't crush my ego. So my sophomore year in college, in my sorority, we were doing recruitment. And it was like the week before rush. So the week before rush, you like prep and you practice like walking people through and talking and like whatever. You practice all stupid fucking songs and like you don't sleep and it's hell. But our sorority house was being built at the time. So we were doing rush in a fraternity house. So it was like the Sigma Chi at the University of Arkansas. And if you know that place is like gross. Okay. But the boys weren't there because it was summer still. So like boys hadn't been there in a really long time. So it was just us and it was decently clean for the time. It's like 4 days in to like, I can't remember what this week is called. It's like pre-rush week, or I don't remember what it's called. Work week. It's like 4 days into work week. We're all tired. We've probably slept like 4 hours every night. We've been around the same girls. We've been screaming our heads off. Everybody's sick. We're all just like over it. And our president comes out of the bathroom screaming, "Who the fuck shit on the floor?" And we were all like, what? Some girl pooped on the floor in the bathroom from our sorority. And it was so funny, but we were so scared because our president was like, we'd never seen her like that. And she came out, she goes, what the fuck? What the fuck? How does that even happen? She's like freaking out, yelling.
Yeah, how do you even shit on the floor?
Dude, I'm thinking what happened. I don't know. This is the only logical thing that made sense. She didn't want to sit on the toilet maybe, so she was like squatting and just missed.
So it was right next to the toilet.
Yes, and everybody was like, I'm not picking up somebody else's turd. Like, because this is like, this is a human turd. There was no golden doodle, okay? There was no big golden doodle. This was 100% a human turd. And what makes it even worse is it was a girl's turd. And you know, if you're going to poop on the floor, okay, you pick that shit up and you put it in the toilet and you act like it never happened. But to leave it is so bold and so crazy.
Did she know that she pooped on the floor though?
We don't know to this day who it was because nobody fessed up to it. So a human turd sat on the ground for like the remainder, I think until like a cleaning service came and dealt with it because nobody would fess up to the poop on the floor. I just thought that I had to share that.
Do you have your suspicions?
No, because at the time, like I was only a sophomore. So there was like, I didn't know a ton of people, you know what I mean? I'd only been in it for a year.
Yeah.
And it was going into my sophomore year. So this is like my first time going through rush. Like all the upperclassmen, I didn't know that great. But I'm like, it had to have been one of my pledge class because only a fucking freshman would do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're like, but it was like a full turd. Like, it wasn't even just like diarrhea that like slipped on the floor. It was like a fully formed
I can only
poop.
squat to pee, so I cannot squat to take a shit.
No, me neither. There's no way.
So like that, first of all, you're crazy for that.
Your
so
quad's insane.
Who was the squatter of your group? Because you know the person who was like, oh, I'm just gonna squat and pee outside.
I don't know because I feel like all the girls in my pledge class were like low key gross. So I don't think anybody would have squatted. Like I feel like we're all like cheeks to the seat gals.
Yeah, like I definitely
like you know what I mean.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put like toilet paper down.
I'm not.
If I'm not feeling comfortable in the situation, I'm gonna put toilet paper down. But I'm not gonna squat.
I'll squat if I'm uncomfy before I put toilet paper because I'm just not going through the hassle.
Oh no.
But I'm at cheeks to the seat. Like even at like a sketchy gas station in the middle of like Memphis, I'm like, I don't care. Give me fucking chlamydia. You know,
can that happen?
I learned in a sex class one time that that's possible, but your butt and your thighs are like naturally there to protect your vagina. So like you'd have to like spread your
you'd have to accidentally put your vagina onto the seat where the person also put their vagina onto the seat.
Exactly. So like it's very unlikely, but it's like an old wives' tale. Like that's why people squat instead of sitting, because they're like don't want to catch some shit. But it's like very unless a girl with like a blue waffle was like doing like that dog like where she's like pulling herself like around the toilet, you're not getting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're fine. But no, I just thought the poop in the office reminded me of the poop in the fraternity house.
I never knew that.
And it was crazy because like Rush hadn't even started yet, and that shit was like literal shit was happening. Like,
see, like my thing, I feel like the whole time we'd be trying to think about who it was. Like we'd be like snickering and be like narrow it down to at least a couple.
I don't think anybody. I think we were all just so shocked because it's like you're not 3 years old. How do you miss the toilet? Like that is so crazy.
Yeah,
it's almost like you purposefully shit on the floor. It's like you went out of your way to just squat on the ground.
I don't think I've missed a toilet like that.
But could you imagine as the girl, like as our president, discovering the poop on the floor, like walking in, you're like,
this is so embarrassing to my sister. This is so embarrassing to my sister, but I'm going to say it anyway. Love you, but whatever. So one time we were downstairs, like me and my mom were downstairs. My sister was upstairs in her bathroom. Well, like mine and my sister's bathroom. And like my mom was like helping with my homework, whatever. Like we're sitting at the kitchen table. And my sister goes, Mom! And she was like, what? She's like, I just peed on the wall. I don't know how the fuck she did it.
Was she in the handstand?
No, like I don't know how she did it, but her pee, like, you know, like sometimes when you pee as a girl, like it like goes up and down, like just like depending on how like hard you're pushing it out. It doesn't just like go straight down.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it goes forward a little bit.
Yeah, because like sometimes it'll get like on that rim right there.
So like
if I'm like fire extinguisher, like
right. So like she did that, and it came up and out the fucking toilet and hit the wall.
Good God. Did she drink like 7 gallons of water?
I don't know, but I don't know. It's not that funny because like I don't fully know the whole thing, but like that's all I remember is like my sister legit pee going down the wall because she peed on it.
Insane.
Yeah.
No,
we were young though.
Yeah, the
like,
closest thing that I've ever seen to like poop in the floor in a bathroom is like I've seen like poop on a toilet seat before from like the back. Like if somebody's butt is really big, like the back of their crack, like on the back part, and it's like you walk in, you see poop, and you're like, no, not today.
Yeah, that can't.
I'm going.
That's like somebody else's like fecal matter. It's like,
yeah.
That's disgusting.
It's like when you see a pube on a seat and you're like, God, like how does this happen? If that was
a man in here,
if that was me, I would just give it a little like flick and like into the toilet. Like let's pretend that didn't happen. But like,
or like when you stand up to like wipe or whatever,
you
can like trickle a little bit on there. You like wipe it down real quick and throw it away.
That's what I'm saying. Like clean up after yourself. Like why are you leaving your pubes as like fucking DNA evidence that you've been here?
Because what I've learned about the industry that I work in is that people genuinely have no self-awareness, and nor do they care to even try. Like I swear, and like people say this, but I swear that every single person should have to work in the service industry at some capacity at some point in their life. Like whether you're fucking hanging up clothing at Target on the racks or you're working in a restaurant, because let me tell you, it builds character. And I think that everybody would have
I think you realize how stupid the majority of the world is.
Yeah, I think that you'd have a better understanding, one, for jobs like that like you think are like minuscule jobs, but like at the end of the day, like we wouldn't have the luxuries of the world without stuff like that. Yeah. So like it is important. Yeah. Right. And then also like you just wouldn't have the audacity to be mean to somebody in that position. Yeah. For no fucking reason. Right. Like I can't. There's just so many stories that I literally just could not make up. Yeah. And you'd be like, wait, someone literally did that. They complained about that. They did XYZ. Like it's insane. Yeah. I don't know. And I just feel like everyone should have to do that, because then shit like that wouldn't fucking happen. Because you'd be like, you're mindful of that. You're like,
oh, somebody's gonna have to like pick my turd up off the floor.
Literally, that's what I'm saying. Like you would be more mindful of like being respectful of common spaces and like other people. I mean, just like the way you like talk to people, but like shit, like you just, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen if it was required from like the ages of like, honestly, I feel like like when you can start working 16, like 16, like 20.
Not in Tennessee. I think you can be 12 and have a job now.
Well, I feel like there should be a requirement for like at least 2 years you have to do it, like as like a first time job type thing.
Totally.
Like if I ever have kids, they will be definitely working at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Go clean up some crazy shit, see some mice, cockroaches. Yeah. Have to do disgusting ass jobs because you're bottom of the barrel. Like, go ahead. Kid threw up in the booth. Got to go clean it up. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to have to do that. And then at the same time, have 3 tables yelling at you for no reason. Yeah. It builds character.
That's like people who work at like Chuck E. Cheese or like a place like that. Like combining just like children with all of the other stuff. Dude, props to you guys. You are honestly the foundation of this country. It's like people, or like Sky Zone, or like
shit like that.
Child centric like businesses.
Bless you. No, seriously.
Dude, you deserve like, unless you're a creepy weirdo and that's why you do it. But like like most people I've seen who work at like a Chuck E. Cheese are like 17. They just like needed a job, and like, holy shit, your job looks terrible. You know the amount of like poopy diapers they probably had to take out of like just miscellaneous places there because kids are so gross. Like,
yes,
just taking their
not
pants
even like
off.
miscellaneous places. I even think about now because like it's not our job, but like also now in the position that I'm in, like to help out and just like, you know, helping hand for like other people is like cleaning out like the tampon bags. Ooh. Shit's gross.
Or it's like if people don't actually use that and they like flush it, and like the place that like explicitly is like, hey, don't flush this because like we don't have the facilities to like handle this. Yeah. And then you have to be like if you're like the plumber or whatever and you have to show up and like take the shit out. I'm like, oh God.
I double glove it when I have to do shit like that. That's just disgusting. So but I mean, like, it has to be done too. Like, think about like who else is gonna do it? Right. People like
it's like nurses, bro. I could not do their job. I'm so happy that somebody is willing to do it, but like undervalued members of our society.
No, 100%. Like a shout out to all of like first responders, healthcare workers, even teachers. Like.
No, teachers will never get enough credit for the shit they have to
all of those people, like literally bless your fucking souls, between the kids, between like
the parents,
the rude ass people, the disgusting things you all have to like see, touch, feel, smell. No, couldn't be me. Nope.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Especially people who work for like public education where it's like,
and just so underpaid. Even healthcare is so underpaid. Like, they get paid well in the grand scheme of things. But like when my sister was getting paid really well, she was also working like 50, 60 hour weeks and then drinking a bottle of wine a night because she hated her life. So like, is it worth it?
But also it's like you get paid well, but for the amount of like A, education required, and B, like just like the wear and tear it takes on you as like a person with your physical body, and B, just like your spirit getting crushed over and like, dude, not enough, not even close to enough. Like, meanwhile, like I know anesthesiologists like hold a lot of power in their job. Like you're literally holding somebody's life in your hands with that, but comparatively, like you're not doing a bunch of work. You have to be super smart and know exactly what you're doing, and like it's a big deal, but like theoretically, like you could sit and read a magazine like while a surgery is being performed. Definitely. And you make a shit ton of money.
We think that. Yeah. I don't know your job day in and day out.
My
but
neighbor was an anesthesiologist, and he was like talking about how it's like it's so stressful, but at the same time, like the amount of work versus the amount of like pay is pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty
well, because it's like the risk versus reward type of job.
Well, yeah, because you're going to be the one blamed if somebody dies.
Well, yeah, it's your license. It's that's like every single year we host one of like the Vanderbilt nurses. They do a Christmas party at my work. And last year they were saying like, first of all, it's like thousands and thousands of dollars spent. And like in a like 3 hour span last year, I think they spent $15,000 on alcohol.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which like, that's a lot of fucking alcohol. Now, granted, it was like 200 people, but still, like, that's still a lot of fucking alcohol. And they were like, they were dancing and like so loud and crazy because it was like they could fucking let loose. My boss was like, I thought our roof was going to cave in.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were on the second floor, and she was like, you were downstairs and you could hear them like thud, 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 thud. She's like, but like they got out for the night. So like, why not? And it was on the doctor's bill. Like all the doctors got together and they paid for it.
Yeah.
So it was
as
like,
they should.
I mean, 100%. But like still, it's just props to all of you guys.
Yeah, seriously. The amount of butts you've probably had to wipe.
Penises you've
Of
had to
like
see.
full grown humans. Yeah, not like babies.
Like old men.
Ugh. Because we were talking about it the other day at the office, like when I discovered the poop. Like, it's one thing to like clean up your own baby's shit or your own dog shit, but like doing somebody else's, the most disgusting thing ever.
No, 100%. Like when Leo like gets sick or whatever, like I'm instantly like, oh, it's okay. I got it. Like not even mad. Like it's kind of annoying because you always get it on the fucking white part of every fucking carpet.
Yeah.
But like besides the point, like love you. But like if you threw up,
Yeah.
baby, go figure it out.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Like you better throw it up, but you're gonna clean this up right now.
Yeah.
Like sorry, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm not touching your fucking like inside of your body.
Like I'm gonna
that's on
help
the
you through
outside.
this moment, but
Yeah.
as soon as the moment's
I'll give you
gone,
a nice like hand on the
yeah,
back.
I'm gonna hold your hair. But as soon as the
Yeah.
moment's gone, babe,
We're done.
you got some cleaning to do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, like I'm cat sitting right now, my friend's cats, and like the last time I cat sit them, I don't know, one of them took like a monster dump, like crazy. Like I was like, how did this come out of you? This was like the size of your body. Like I don't get it. Mentally, it made no sense. And I walked in the door and I could just smell it when I walked in. It went in the litter box, but like I could smell it. And I was
Yeah.
like, see, if this was my cat, I feel like it wouldn't really bother me because I just clean it up and move on with my day. I was trying to scoop it. I was like actually like to the point where like I had to stop because I thought I was going to puke.
No, this
And I'm like, but if this was my animal, I don't think I would even gag.
I mean,
but I was literally like, I think I texted you. I was like, dude, I almost threw up scooping this poop.
I've like until I had my own cat. Well, and like so even like I have an automatic litter box, which like call me bougie, I don't care. That shit is fucking nice because like
Yeah.
I feel like just like also like life, like sometimes you don't want to fucking clean the litter box that day, but like the shit stinks, the shit
Yeah.
smells, so it literally does its own thing. All I have to do is take a trash bag, zip tie it up, throw it away.
Right.
Does it still smell when I have to like go to that point? Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell great. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Mhm.
But like not having to walk down into your kitchen and smell shit like that, you don't smell it because it's literally enclosed. Like
And that's the thing about cats where it's like, I get it, they're cute, but like the pooping inside is just like, when it's not your own, it's like, yours hasn't never really bothered me because like the automatic thing, so it like keeps it moving and like puts it away. But like some people, it's like you walk in their house and it's like, doof,
I
like,
also,
hit
like,
in the face
don't-
of like cat piss and like
there
shit.
definitely has been times where like I let the litter box go like a little bit, like a day longer than I should have, like clean it or out. I like also the thing about having my automatic litter box is it has like a weight percentage, so like I know
yeah.
so at a certain point like I take it out because like at this point, now that I've had it long enough, like I know when it starts to smell,
Yeah.
so I can just like quickly like do it,
Yeah.
throw it out, put more litter in it, or clean out the litter box, whatever I have to do. But like, which is nice because before it would just be like, I don't know,
Yeah.
but that helps it because I also don't want to smell it.
Yeah.
And I never want someone to walk in my house, and I'm really good about trying to light candles and keep my air wicks full now
Yeah.
because like I don't ever want you to walk in here and be like, ew, it smells like cat.
Yeah, I think
never want that.
That's the thing about like pets is like it doesn't matter like how clean or like nice you keep it. It's still like low key gonna smell like an animal.
Right.
But if it's your animal, you're gonna become numb to it. But like there are some houses, like specifically like cats is just a different smell because it's like the actual their poop and their pee. But like some people who have dogs, it's like sour. Like you walk in their house and it's like, oh my god.
But like, why have a dog? Like, it's crazy that like
It's because they just don't bathe it or like
Yeah.
brush it often, and like they let it like up on shit and whatever. And like, oh my god, it's like you walk in the house and it's like, oh, it smells like dog in here. Like
Yeah.
literally.
no, you're not wrong.
Like-
it's like the dogs are like outside a lot, so then they're like sweaty, and when they come in, they're like on the furniture. Then
So gross.
or like they're like the water dogs that
Yeah.
like go in the lake and then they just come in.
Yeah.
No, I know.
It's
what
like
you're
my
talking about.
parents' dog. Like every time I come home, I'm like, I get it. Like they don't want to bathe her all the time, but like I'm like, you guys just must be numb to this. She doesn't. She's like a dog that like never smells bad, like ever. But she
she's
still
also
smells
like a
like
very rambunctious dog, so she sweats when she's outside, like
yeah,
running.
like she still smells like a dog though, and like there's certain times when I'm like petting her, my hand is like, because she's a black lab, so she like secretes oil, like that's how their fur is like waterproof or whatever. And like I'll be petting her, and I'll look at my hand is like turning like gray black, and I'm like, ew, like bathe her. Like
That's
this
how
is
Garver
gross.
was. But we would get Garver, like that was our like family dog, but Garver got groomed because he was a golden doodle. So like you have to
Yeah.
get them groomed. So like it was like we did every 8 weeks. My mom got him groomed.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, but I'm like, dude, like some of y'all's pets stink. especially your dogs. Like, you just like give them a bath.
Well, Leo's actually
wipe that crust out of their eyes too. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, Leo's good about cleaning himself.
Yeah.
He's constantly, but also I think that's just like the fact of like having hair, like all his hair. But like, no, I try so hard to like for it to not. The hardest thing for me is to keep the hair off of everything.
Yeah.
I do try, and right before Emily comes over now, I'm trying to vacuum so like she doesn't sit down and get hair all over herself. I'm not amazing, but like that, and I also just don't want it to smell like cats.
Yeah,
like I don't want it to, so I try to not. Like, you're not wrong. Like, it's still gonna always have like a little bit of a scent, but like you're like, okay, it's.
But
like,
I'm not like getting hit in the face.
No,
by, like,
I don't want you to walk in and
pee.
be like, damn, it smells like a cat in here.
Yeah,
like I want you to walk in and be like, oh, this is like
it's just a house.
Yeah.
No, but there's like, it's just like, it's all up to the owner. It's like if the owner cares and like keeps up with it, it's not a big deal. But there's some people, it's like you just go in their house and you're like, ew, it smells like a zoo in here.
Well, if I think it smells though, like I know it's bad.
Right, totally. It's like if you've been cooking all day and you kind of like forget what it smells like, and you leave and you come back and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like garlic in here.
No, the worst is like when you cook broccoli and then you come back in the next day and you're
Fart
like,
city.
Why does it smell like
been,
that?
like ripping ass all
and then
day.
you like, and then you come over and I'm like, by the way, I just cooked broccoli. Like, don't think that was.
I just thought you were just like ripping it all day long.
Every time I walk into your house, though, you're always like, I just took the garbage out. Don't think it's.
Like, no, because like also like my space is just so small.
Yeah.
It takes like one thing to just like a whole place just like floods. And it doesn't ever air out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
you don't have like windows like that to like air it. Yeah.
Like, and I can open my windows, but I'm on the first floor by mulch where people's dogs like literally poop right there. So I'm like, I don't want that wafted in here.
Yeah, no, not at all. But thank you guys for listening to another episode of Society 97. We're getting to the holiday season. So if you want to get someone in your life, something, natural, that's going to be good for their brain. A good stocking stuffer this year. Check out Magic Mind. Our link will be in our beacon, so it'll be easy access for you guys along in the show notes. So definitely go take a look at that. But yeah, other than that, my name is Kellen Redk, and you can find me at Kellen Redk on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Sorry, I had to burp. My name is Emily. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Starnsy. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We're at society97.pod on the gram. We're also on TikTok at society97pod, where you can see clips from the show.
And our YouTube channel, we do fun little videos every single Tuesday, and the video version of the podcast every single Friday. So like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and
do it.
Go see our pretty faces over there. Love ya. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.